So I've been making videos exploring the extremities of the Rhein-Main S-Bahn centered around Frankfurt, and for this one I have come all the way to
Wiesbaden Hauptbahnhof, terminus for S-Bahn lines 1, 8 and 9, and quite a long way from the centre.
And that is all down to its history. Originally there were 3 stations in Wiesbaden: the Rheinbahnhof, the Taunusbahnhof and the Ludwigsbahnhof. They were built by 3 railway companies, serving 3 different destinations, and because of Wiesbaden's geography, there was little choice about where they could be built, and so they were all next to each other.
In fact, right about here.
Those stations no longer exist, and in their place are a conference centre and a museum. This map of Wiesbaden, dated 1905, shows how reasonably close they were to the centre. But it was around that time that somebody had an idea. Wouldn't it be more convenient to combine all 3 stations under one roof? And sure enough, if you look carefully at the 1905 map, you can see a new station marked on it, further out from the centre because demolishing the old stations before the new station could be built wasn't an option. The new Wiesbaden Hauptbahnhof was opened in 1906 after just 2 years under construction, and it was for the time palatial. Unfortunately, and again the geography of the area is largely to blame, the station is inconveniently located for today's high-speed trains, so while it's well connected for local services, it's not served well by long-distance trains. That's not ideal, since Wiesbaden is a pretty important city. Home to over 250,000 people, it also happens to be, and congratulations if you already knew this, the state capital of Hesse.
But what you might not know about Wiesbaden is that it's a spa. Although, when you think about it, it shouldn't surprise you that much. The clue is in the name. Wiesbaden.
This was known as early as the 1st century AD. The Romans built a city here, and Pliny the Elder described the hot springs. Here, the water is at a temperature of 66.1 degrees Celsius and contains, among other things, hydrogen sulfide, which has the unfortunate side effect of making Wiesbaden smell as if the sewers are blocked. And in case you're wondering, no, you didn't dream it, most German spa towns take the prefix but it's only a right and not a legal requirement.
Wiesbaden is not the only spa to choose not to use the but prefix. Other examples include Aachen, because they didn't want to lose their position at the top of every alphabetical list of German cities, and Baden-Baden, because Bad Baden-Baden is definitely overkill.
Incidentally, if you're anywhere near the Kurpark and hear the sounds of tropical birds, those are the descendants of escaped pets who found Wiesbaden's microclimate much to their liking. But let's talk about one of the more embarrassing chapters in Wiesbaden's history.
It's been speculated that Germany might be sitting on vast untapped sources of geothermal energy, and if that's true, then it's excellent news. A limitless supply of clean, green and reliable energy. So where would you look for geothermal energy? Well, a great place to start would be a place where there's already an abundance of hot springs, somewhere like Wiesbaden. And so in 2009, they started drilling holes right behind me here to see if there was anything down there. And there was. Unfortunately, a bit more than they bargained for. Suddenly, a huge fountain of water and mud shot into the air, 6,000 litres a minute, and completely flooded the entire area.
The construction going on here at the moment has nothing to do with this story, but the damage caused by the incident was considerable. The drill had hit an aquifer, releasing the water at an uncontrollable rate, and ironically, it wasn't even hot water. But the fountain reached a height of up to 7 meters before it subsided. First attempts to seal the accidental artesian well just resulted in the water finding new ways to the surface until eventually, after an estimated 80 million litres had escaped, the water finally stopped. And all this happened, incidentally, right outside the Hessian Finance Ministry, the government office that had to foot the bill for all the damage caused. Still, at least they could actually see what they were paying for.
Untapped sources of the and 6,000 litres of water and mud started spewing into the air in a vast it's a fountain, not a mountain.